going on? It's Sim Black here. All right, so today we're just gonna go over something that could help out a lot of the players, a lot of the new players definitely, and some of you players that been playing for a while probably just didn't notice these things. So we're gonna just go over like the science of rune development, so you would really at the end of the day save money and save time, and you won't have so much of a headache because this game can give you a headache sometimes if definitely if you don't know what you're doing. All right, so first what we want to do is we want to go over the rune builds. All right, and I'm not talking about what to put on what monster. I'm not talking about like Rage Blade or something like that, what sets to put. I'm talking about leveling them up. All right, so the thing is there's 5 different types of runes as far as how rare they are. So we have the common one, and that's usually the white rune. Let me see if I can find one of these. I got one somewhere. Typically these just okay, like this one right here. That's one white rune. It's just white, okay? And typically the white runes, the common white runes, have no secondary substat. See, this one has a secondary substat, but typically they don't have a secondary substat. All right, so they usually just come and you don't know what you're gonna get when you start leveling them up. They're gonna be random. All right. So next you have magic. It's those green runes. I'm not sure if I have any magic runes, but they're green. Okay. So if it says magic, it's not one of the best. It's but it's the next in line, and it usually has one substat on it. Okay. Oh, okay, I do. All right, so here's so usually it has one substat as you see right here, the crit damage plus 2%. All right, so it's not letting you know automatically what you could be possibly leveling them up, because when you get to I guess like level 3, when you get the first time getting a substat, it's either gonna say power up substats or add a bonus substat. It's gonna come up next. And it could be anything from crit rate to speed. Anything's gonna pop up next, so you don't know. All right. And the next thing in line is the rare. It's a rare rune. That's what they call it. It's blue. Those blue runes that you have. I have one right here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna show you the typical ones. They typically come with 2 substats. Sometimes you come with 3, like you just saw right here. Just like the common sometimes might come with 1 substat, rarely. The green one might come with 2 substats, but the rare one usually comes with 2 substats. All right, you might get a 3rd substat, you might, but they typically come with 2 substats. All right. Okay, so I'll go over why you might get a 3rd substat in a second if you have a rare rune, but they always come with 2 substats. Okay, and then next in line is hero. The hero rune is they're purple, and they typically come with 3 substats already added on there. All right, you can have a 4th one, which I'll go over that in a second why, but you typically are going to only have 3 substats. All right, and then a legendary. Let's see if I can find a legendary one. All right, yeah. So the legendary is typically going to come with 4 substats. All right, they always come with 4 substats, and you could have 1 extra substat. You could have 5 substats on it without you even starting to leveling up. All right, so that's why the legendary runes are really good, because if you're trying to find accuracy, like right here, you're trying to find an accuracy rune, you know that you have a chance of leveling up the accuracy rune only. Okay. So the orange is the best rune, but we all knew that, okay? So maybe you didn't know between which one was more hero or the rare, but hero is next in line, then rare, then magic, then common is last, okay? Now, the reason why you want to know about these substats is what it could have is you might not want to waste money trying to see if a common rune, let's say you had a common 6-star rune, you might not want to waste your money trying to build up to level 9, because I believe it's 3, 6, 9, and 12. You'll get the substats to boost up, and you might not want to waste your money leveling, and then you get everything that you don't want. and you just wasted $100,000 on runes, or even more, because you know how y'all know how runes are. Those fails are crazy. Okay, so let's go over to why you'll have extra substats. All right, so for instance, let's look at my Tyrant. Now I'm gonna go over it. When it has when it's called like a powerful rune, right? You ever seen it say powerful rune? Then that's gonna have a built-in substat right underneath. So let me show you, for example. It's gonna have a built-in substat right underneath the main, your main stat right here. So you're gonna have, see, like this one right here is a cruel rune. Okay, whenever you see cruel, you can say cruel anything. Okay, cruel rage rune, cruel focus rune, cruel despair rune. It's always gonna have this built-in substat right underneath. All right, it's always gonna have that, and it could be, so for instance, this cruel could be anywhere between 2 to 7% built in. All right, so that's where that extra substat I was telling you comes in. Okay, because purple typically only has 3 substats attached to it, but with this cruel focus rune and it's purple, the hero rune, it's gonna have 4 substats built in. Okay, so that's before I even start leveling it up. All right, the only thing about this is this crit damage plus 5% will not increase. It is fixed. All right, so you might go into power up and you might see it all lined up, right? You see crit damage right here, and you're thinking, okay, I could power this, I could level this up. It will never level up. Okay, the only thing that's going to level up is the HP, the resistance, and the crit rate. All right, and then if you get any additional, because when I go to plus 12, I might get an additional substat. But that crit damage plus 5 is a fixed rune. I mean, it's a fixed rate. You can't do anything about that. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, let's go over the name. So we know the cruel rune is gonna have crit damage, and that's anything between 2 to 7%. All right. Now the powerful, if it says powerful attack, like powerful focus rune, let's say that, it's gonna have where instead of where the crit damage is, it's gonna say attack percentage. Okay. On the powerful, it's gonna say attack percentage. That's anywhere between 2 to 7% added on, and it's fixed. It won't move. The same thing with the ferocious. If it says ferocious, it's gonna be just the flat attack, and that's 15. Usually, typically, it's 15 more attack. The quick, when it says quick focus rune, it's typically between 3 to 4 more speed added on. And it's no, don't forget, you don't waste your time trying to boost up the speed on that because it's fixed. All right. Strong, when it says strong focus rune, right? Or strong despair rune or whatever, it could have anywhere flat HP anywhere from 91 to 203. All right, and then the tenacious, when it says like tenacious despair rune or tenacious rage rune, tenacious focus rune, it's gonna have HP percentage built in right here, right underneath the main stat. It's gonna be fixed as well, and it's between 3 to 7%. All right. And then you have resistant. That's pretty much telling you what it is. It's resistance, and that's between 2 to 7%. The durable, that's defense also. That's between 2 to 7%. Let's say intricate focus rune. If you have something that says intricate, it's only gonna have accuracy substat between 2 to 7%. That's also fixed. All right, so that's where these extra substats are coming from. The fatal is gonna have crit rate 2 to 7%. All right, 2 to 7%. You can have, if you have a 7% one and you really can't find any other substat, that's a good one to have on because you already know it's going to be plus 7% added onto your crit rate. All right, guaranteed. And then cruel crit damage, you can have between 2 to 7% more crit damage. All right, so you weigh it out yourself on the pros and cons of having this, because maybe you really needed. Like, say you're looking at my Tyrant, I really needed a crit damage plus 20 on him or something. Then you're not going to get that on this rune. Don't try to build this rune up because you see crit damage plus 5 here. All right? That's what I'm trying to save y'all from doing. It's not going to move. It's going to be fixed. All right? It's going to be fixed. So, all right. So you see that again? You see that? Cruel despair rune. All right? So a whole nother rune, but crit damage plus 5% again. Same as here. Crit damage plus 5%. This one say powerful despair rune. This is, like I said, it's attack percentage, and this was like the max attack percentage I usually see, 7%. All right, and let's see. No, see, this one doesn't have any substat underneath. Tenacious, all right. Tenacious, like I said, is HP percentage. Okay, and this is on the low end because it could be up to 7%. All right, and this one's just regular despair rune. And see, now it's a rare rune, it's a rare hero rune, and it comes with 3 substats built in. Now, if it was powerful despair rune, I'll have 4 substats on this one. Okay, you understand what I'm saying now? All right, cool. Y'all are with me. Hopefully, all you new players are understanding. All right, now, lastly, let's just go over when and why you should build up a rune. All right, so. Let's go to, I don't know, I was doing dungeons, the dragons B10, and I was getting a whole bunch of sealed runes. Okay, whole bunch. They just been spitting out sealed runes at me. So I'm just gonna look at one of these. All right, so say I have, let's see if we can find a decent one. All right, so say I needed crit damage, and I wanted my crit damage to be at like plus 20%, right? All right, so I really don't want to waste money on that rune at all. All right, okay. So this is something I might use. All right, maybe. All right, so let's see. Maybe I need crit damage to be like plus 12, plus 20s, something like that. Do not attack. I know you might get excited. Like, say this was a 6-star rune, or if it's one of your first 5-star runes or whatever, and it might not be the best fit for your monster. So don't get excited and just attach it to your monster, because it costs like if it's a 6-star rune, it costs like $50,000 to take off, because you got all the wrong substats on it. It's really not making your monster too much better because you have the wrong things on it. Or even the 5 stars. Like, just don't be too quick to throw it on your monster. All right. So what you want to do is you want to power it up first and see what substats increase. So right now I want my crit damage to increase. All right. So we're gonna do some power ups, and we're just gonna see if crit damage increases. All right. So you want crit damage to increase on definitely your first turn, but if it doesn't increase on the first one, the second 2 power ups. All right. The second 2 power up bonuses, you want it to increase. All right, so let's see if it powers up the first time. No, see, increased defense. Now, if it doesn't increase my crit damage when I get to 6, I'm gonna stop building up this rune. If I don't want crit damage, if I don't want all the other substats, if I only wanted that crit damage, because you're not gonna get that that high amount of crit damage that you're looking for if it doesn't power up. And it's random. See, this whole game, everything is random. Everything's almost about luck, unless you could just repeatedly do it over and over again. Everything's almost about luck. So hopefully crit damage will, okay, see, crit damage increase. So I'll try to get to 9. All right, so if crit damage doesn't increase again, I'm not going to use this rune. Okay, if they increase anything else other than crit damage, I'm not going to use this rune, because I want my crit damage to be high on my monster. And that's what you'll do for all your runes. Definitely if you're looking for one type. Come on, Contour. I'm only going to level 9. Right? See, and that's another thing. You see that? All these power up fails, it dramatically increases once you get to plus 3. Okay? Once you get to plus 3, it dramatically increases the fails. Okay? So hopefully we'll get there soon. Oh my goodness. But y'all get the idea. So if it doesn't increase, then yeah, it looks like about to waste all this money trying to get up power up 9. That's crazy. You see, this is why you don't want to waste any of your money. You could, one time, like when I first started, I had 1 million mana. I spent all my mana trying to do one rune, literally. All right, so yeah, okay, about time. I swear the power up bonus works a lot better for me, but all right, it's not working, but you get the idea. So hopefully y'all understand and that works for you. All right, guys.